Hi there, my name is Tish. I'm with Star Love Healing, and I'm here to do the North Node in Leo collective energy reading. So that would mean that your North Node is in Leo. Although I will say this, I have been, for just time-wise, pulling the oracle cards first, and then doing the tarot together. And North Node Leo, I just finished the Aries one, and yours came up with two of the same cards as the Aries. So I would highly watch that. I would highly advise to watch that one as well. Too much of a coincidence for it to not be. And you're both fire destinies, so taking action, living authentically, boldly for you, Leo. So I would take a watch on that one, North Node Aries. But if you're new, welcome, and if you're if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. So let's get into it. All right. So we had, I have to cover this. Desires. It says goals, passion, craving, and fulfillment. Very hot card, right? But it's also about very vulnerability, because that's always what nakedness in tarot represents, being vulnerable. So, and then we got this card, the communication card. Speak up and be heard. And I'm really hoping that this doesn't go along, like I'm hoping that there will be some other message for you here. So I'm really trying to feel in this, what this is like. But I can't help but still feel like it kind of goes in line with what I just finished channeling. We are in Mercury retrograde, or about to be. You may see it when that happens. But that is always about like finishing past storylines, like figuring out something surprising, something coming back from the past, and closing that whatever, right? Whatever it comes back. And you may choose to go, it may come back in a better way. And so it makes sense this time, whether this is a project, a person, a feeling, it can go in any range, right? Personal reactions, how you look at something. It's always a good way to kind of like hangman a situation. See it in a different light. See yourself in a different light. See your choices and actions in a different light. So this may involve someone else, it may not. But there is something that's coming back to be re-evaluated or re-experienced, because this is a message in a bottle. I don't think there's any coincidence that this is the deck that I use to pull from today. And just think about what a message in a bottle signifies for you. Let's use your intuitive muscle here and find out what that means to you. But to me, one that's washed up on the beach means it was something that was, shut in a bottle, thrown out in hopes that maybe it'll make it, maybe it'll get forgotten about. But there's divine timing here. So whatever does come back during this time, whenever you watch this, it was meant to. It was meant to come back. So let's see if we're, if there's any signs or understanding of like what we do with this when it does come back. Okay, so North Node Leo. And I will say today, I have a lot of flies near me. So take that as a message, if you will. What does North Node Leo need to know right now regarding desires, communication, and their North Node destiny and their journey for that path. Thank you. All right, Princess of Swords. So Page of Swords, it's curiosity. Really having to sit and look at the truth of the matter. Don't ignore it. Don't put it in a bottle and throw it away so you don't have to think about it anymore. Really sitting with the truth. Perspective. Oh, I told you guys. A new perspective. And it's... And then Ace of Wands. Energy. Whatever comes of this new perspective, it's given you a new desire. Whoops. A new desire, a new passion, a new thing that like it revives you. And you are like, I mean, you're fire. What more signifies passion than fire energy? It's what keeps you moving. So whatever this is, this new perspective, it's giving a fire. It's creating the fire under your ass, basically. But it has to do with something about communication. Speak up and be heard. It's literally the words. And it's number 5. So that could be someone's a special day in your life, a birthday, their birthday, a 5th anniversary, something, okay? And the other card, the desires, was 12. And then clouds. Oops. Your thoughts. You've been thinking about this a lot. And I also just heard maybe you should be thinking about why you're thinking about this. The most you really know you're healed when you can like be in mid-thought about something and be able to like kind of detach and be like, why is my brain thinking about this right now? Like, brain, what has caused this situation for you to keep having these thoughts and this pattern? Because then like you're outside of your brain looking at it, and then you realize, oh, that's my ego that's thinking right now. If you can detach from your ego even on the slightest bit of that and question, why is my brain in this pattern? What has caused what experiences have caused in this moment has caused my brain to have this pattern regarding this overthinking about this situation? So I really feel like, and if you can even do that, just consider yourself successful. You already did it. You already needed to do what you needed to do about this situation. You're able to detach from the fact that why am I thinking about this? Oh, wine. I love this. That means you have matured, honey. You have been squashed, stepped on, squeezed, sat, and matured into delicious wine. You've alchemized and transformed something. And it literally says, ages well. That ain't some skunky, nasty bottle of wine. It's top of the shelf, top shelf stuff. Ooh, tornado. Something that comes in quickly. I told you, there's some surprise. There's a really big surprise that comes through. It might clear the path for you to move forward. It might cause some destruction, but it will clear the way. break down, liberate, over and done, the end. Oh, okay, first off, we have two cards about being done, being finished, being complete. One is a little bit more like long, it's taken a long process, but the end result, that's what I'm needing to say. These are put out here for a reason. This one shows that no matter if the process was long and enduring, it got to the same place, the end result, as being matured, completed, perfect. Other situations can come in like a brute force and cause complete havoc and destruction, but it ends in the exact same place as this. The ending was still going to happen. The result, that's what I was supposed to say, the result was still going to be the same, whether it happened quick and fast or long and enduring. Now, which one would you have rather had? I'm being asked this to say this. Now looking at it that way, maybe this is the perspective you needed. However, it did happen. Now imagine it the opposite way. Which one would you rather? Because it was going to happen either way. So I think this helps people who are just kind of like in that shell shock of like, it just happened. Like my whole life changed upside down. Like it's really hard when someone just breaks up with you, and I'm using this as an example, and you don't have closure, you don't know why it happened, they're just poof, gone. That's the tornado. But now imagine how many years of your life that you could have still been with that person, and it just got long and drawn out, and it was just like, it got messy. Which one would you have rather? Or if that's not even the question, then it is, if you had one of those two situations, right? Look at it the other way around and see the positives of like maybe how it did go down. Maybe that'll help give you some healing on, okay, yeah, they may have left, but my God, could you imagine if I wasted 10 years of my best part of my life, my skinny life, like my youthful, happy, what if I wasted 10 years? And then vice versa. It's like, okay, maybe it was long, but man, maybe I wouldn't have had all those parties and those people that I met during that 10-year relationship with that person, and all the people that were outside of my person helped me, that I would have never met, never known. All those third-party people or projects or situations, I would have never had those experiences without this long, drawn-out, relationship. So hopefully that gives some sort of like help. Okay, last card. This was highly karmic. This was, if you needed a reason to understand why this happened, it was highly karmic. Here's the Wheel of Fortune, meaning you weren't getting out of this. This was one of your big time life goals that you came here for. You came to experience. This showed you a lot about you. It showed you a lot about other people. And what is that noise? Oh, it's my neighbor with her Tesla. God, that was loud. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know if y'all could hear that, but it was like, it kind of came in like a certain vibration that was just numbing my brain. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, fate, karma, cycles, forces of nature. That's a force of nature, right? Destiny, synchronicity, get what you deserve. You'll get what you deserve. Promise. And it's out of your hands. That kind of goes back to this too. Once you set something free, basically, and you throw it to the ocean, it's now out of your hands. You don't know, you give up to divine timing, you give up to surrendering to what will be, will be. And that's honestly, in my experience, after all my lessons over and over and over, that is one of the greatest things we're here to learn, is to surrender. So, especially when we want what we god dang want. If you don't get what you want, but man, you want it. Surrendering to your desires, maybe coming in, maybe not coming in, but knowing that whatever does come in actually is what you need. That surrendering is top tier surrendering. So this was a big message. Like, yeah, it was a big message, but more so I meant like, this is a big thing in your life. Nothing will be the same after this, in a very, very good way. And if you're still in the throes of this, understand, I just see someone drinking like Cristal, champagne, and just being like, cheers, motherfuckers. So I can't wait till that is you. Anyway, I hope this has given some guidance, understanding, purpose for your path right now. And thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch y'all later on. Bye, guys.